Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Today's rundown is going out to our old buddy Baruti, or Bear Safi, who's been cutting the rundown the last few days and been killing it. This rundown is all yours. Disney is getting back into the game with their latest animated adventure. The studio has released the first teaser trailer for Ralph Breaks the Internet, WreckIt Ralph 2, a sequel to their 2012 video game-inspired film. This time around, the classic arcade character Ralph and his sidekick Vanellope von Schweetz will be hooked into the internet for the first time, opening up a whole new world of online and mobile gaming. The premise allows the writers to poke fun at silly internet tropes as well as simplistic mobile games that are very different from the classics seen in the first film. Ralph Breaks the Internet, WreckIt Ralph 2 will hit theaters this November. This is just one of several new titles coming from the Disney animation team. They're also working on a sequel to their most successful film ever, Frozen, which will ice audiences next year.
It's like it's looking into my soul.
Yeah, that one's really gonna haunt me for a while.
It's a safe bet that we're going to be seeing more from Alloy and Guerrilla Games on the horizon. Sony has announced that their open-world action game Horizon Zero Dawn has sold 7.6 million copies since it launched a year ago. That makes it one of Sony's biggest game franchises and one of the most successful titles on the PS4. These numbers are especially impressive when you consider that Horizon was exclusive to the PS4, which cuts out owners of other platforms, and it's also an original IP with no established brand recognition. Horizon could have been seen as a risky move on Sony's part. Guerrilla Games had previously worked on the Killzone series, which is obviously very different in tone and scale, so trusting them with a massive new project like Horizon was a gamble that paid off. Going forward, Sony and Guerrilla haven't officially announced if they're going to make a sequel to Horizon, although with numbers like these, it seems like a no-brainer. Don't be surprised if you see one in the next few years. It looks like we might not be seeing more new characters for Injustice 2. Warner Brothers and NetherRealm Studios have announced a new Legendary Edition of their 2017 DC fighting game. It will include the original game as well as all of the extra DLC characters, including the recent Hellboy, Enchantress, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It will also have new gear items, a level cap increase to level 30, and an expanded tutorial mode for newcomers. The bundle seems pretty cool, but we have to admit that it comes as a little bittersweet. If they're releasing a definitive edition, it means they're finished creating new characters for the game, which means we likely won't be seeing any more going forward. We'll let you know if that changes. The Injustice 2 Legendary Edition arrives on March 27th.
Pepperoni.
Don't expect Netflix to run out of original programming anytime soon. With hit shows like Stranger Things and original movies like Bright, Netflix has announced that they plan to have no less than 700 original shows and movies available on the service by the end of this year. That's according to Chief Financial Officer David Wells. Speaking with Deadline, he says that the all-new shows and movies that are landing this year will increase the total number of original titles to the 700 range, although he didn't provide a precise figure. This number includes original content produced by Netflix like Stranger Things, as well as movies that were made independently by other companies and then sold to Netflix, like the recent horror movie The Ritual. As for what Netflix originals we're excited for, the new season of the Marvel series Jessica Jones arrives next week, and new seasons of Altered Carbon and Stranger Things are currently in development. Netflix is also working on an original series based on the Witcher franchise, which will no doubt be of interest to fans of the books and video games. That would also help Netflix gain a bigger subscriber base in Eastern Europe, which is where the Witcher franchise hails from. The Witcher series is being overseen by Daredevil producer Lauren S. Hissrich and is about to begin filming its pilot episode. Another big game publisher is doubling down on the lucrative remaster market. Following the release of the remastered Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and 2016's Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, Activision plans to create even more remastered titles going forward. In their latest investor report, the publisher reveals that they're currently working on new remastered versions of titles from their library, although they didn't reveal what those titles might be. We can make a few educated guesses, though. There have been rumors for months about remastered versions of the classic Spyro the Dragon games, which would likely be targeted at both old fans and new fans of the character thanks to his inclusion in the more recent Skylander series. Another no-brainer would be a remastered version of Modern Warfare 2 or other classic Call of Duty games. Creating new remastered versions of older titles has been getting more and more popular in recent years. Publishers like them because they're a relatively easy way to capitalize on their back catalog, and for gamers it makes it possible to replay classics that might not work on current-gen systems. What older Activision titles would you like to see get the remastered treatment? Give us your thoughts in the comments below.
No thanks. See ya.
And not all remastered versions of classic games are a good thing. The new PC version of the iconic JRPG Chrono Trigger is getting pummeled by fans online. It was just released yesterday on Steam, making it the game's first time available on the PC, but it has already earned a mostly negative review average from users. Many are complaining about constant graphical tearing, lack of the original 4:3 aspect ratio, and the game's reworked mouse and keyboard interface. These issues are most likely due to the fact that the PC version is a direct port of the 2011 iOS port, and not the original SNES version as many would have expected. At the time we're filming this, Square Enix has yet to announce if they'll be fixing the problems or give disgruntled players a refund, but we'll keep you posted. The original Chrono Trigger is easily one of the most important games Square Enix has ever made, setting the standard for the entire RPG genre. Hopefully, they'll do it justice. That wraps us up for the rundown today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode of EP Live, so make sure you come back for that. But in the meantime, we've got lots of other content for you to check out, so please do. And if you dig it, hit subscribe, that little bell, and if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button too.